Have you ever paused for a moment and thought about the 5 most powerful humans in the Bible? I mean, really considered their impact, their stories, and what we can learn from them today? Let's dive into this fascinating topic together, because these figures didn't just exist in ancient times. Their legacies resonate in our lives even now. So buckle up as we explore the stories of King David, Moses, Esther, Paul, and Jesus, each one a powerhouse in their own right. First up, we have King David. Now, when you think of David, you might picture a young shepherd boy, right? But let's not forget he's the same guy who took down Goliath with just a sling and a stone. Can you imagine that? A teenager standing up to a giant, armed only with faith and a little bit of courage. David wasn't just a warrior. He became the king who united a nation, bringing together the tribes of Israel. His story is a testament to the idea that greatness can come from the most unexpected places. He faced enemies, both external and internal, and through it all, he was a man after God's own heart. His Psalms are still recited today, filled with raw emotion and deep spiritual insight. So, what can we learn from David? It's about courage, leadership, and the importance of having a heart that seeks after what is good and true. Then there's Moses. Wow, what a leader! Can you imagine standing at the edge of the Red Sea, feeling the weight of an entire nation behind you, and then parting those waters? That's pure faith in action. Moses led the Israelites out of slavery in Egypt, facing countless challenges along the way. He didn't just lead, he taught, he guided, and he interceded for his people. His story is all about perseverance and the power of faith. When God called him, he didn't feel ready. He hesitated, saying, "Who am I to do this?" But God reassured him, reminding him that it's not about our abilities, but about God's power working through us. So, whether you're facing your own Red Sea moment or just trying to figure out your path, remember Moses. He teaches us that with faith and determination, we can overcome even the biggest obstacles. Next, let's talk about Esther. Now here's a queen who knew how to use her voice. She risked everything to save her people from annihilation. Can we say girl power? When her cousin Mordecai urged her to speak up, she didn't hesitate, even though it could have cost her life. Esther's bravery and strategic thinking are incredible. She knew the stakes and stepped into her royal position with purpose. Her story reminds us of the importance of standing up for what is right, even when the odds are stacked against us. It's about using our influence, whatever that may be, to make a difference. So, if you ever feel like your voice doesn't matter, think of Esther. She teaches us that courage can change the course of history. Now, who could forget Paul? Talk about a transformation. This guy went from being one of the fiercest persecutors of Christians to one of the most passionate preachers of the gospel. That's a 180-degree turn if I've ever seen one. Paul's letters are foundational to Christian theology, filled with wisdom and insight. He traveled across the known world, spreading the message of Jesus, often facing imprisonment and hardship. His story is about redemption and the power of grace. It shows us that no one is beyond the reach of God's love, and that our past doesn't define our future. If Paul can change, then there's hope for all of us. His life encourages us to embrace transformation and to share our stories of faith with others. And last but certainly not least, there's Jesus, the ultimate game changer. His teachings, his love, his sacrifice, everything he did reshaped the course of history. Jesus didn't just preach, he lived out his message. He showed us what it means to love unconditionally, to serve others, and to seek justice. His parables are still relevant today, offering wisdom on how to navigate life's challenges. Jesus teaches us about humility, compassion, and the importance of community. His life is a blueprint for how we should treat one another, reminding us that every act of kindness can have a ripple effect. So when you think about making a difference in the world, look to Jesus. He inspires us to be better, to love deeper, and to live with purpose. These 5 figures, David, Moses, Esther, Paul, and Jesus, have shaped history in profound ways. Their stories are packed with lessons that we can apply to our own lives today. They remind us that we all have the potential for greatness, that our voices matter, and that transformation is possible. So, if you're inspired by their stories, why not share this video? Let's spread the wisdom and encourage others to explore these powerful narratives. Like, share, and let's keep the conversation going. Who knows? You might inspire someone else to discover their own strength and purpose. So what do you think? Who stands out to you the most? Is it David with his courage, Moses with his leadership, Esther with her bravery, Paul with his transformation, or Jesus with his love? Each one offers us a unique perspective on what it means to be powerful in our own lives. Let's take these lessons to heart and strive to embody the qualities they exemplified. After all, their stories are not just ancient tales. They are blueprints for living a life of impact and significance. Whether you're facing giants, standing at the edge of a sea, using your voice for justice, embracing change, or spreading love, remember that you are part of a legacy that spans centuries. You have the power to make a difference, just like they did. So let's keep this conversation going. Who knows how many lives we can touch? Together, we can learn from these incredible figures and apply their lessons to our modern world. Let's be the change makers, the leaders, the advocates, and the lovers that this world so desperately needs. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the stories of these 5 powerful humans in the Bible. I can't wait to hear your thoughts and reflections.